And this is, I think, a great strategy. If you're going to see someone go outside, generally you're going to go out there and compete with them. You don't really want to separate yourself. I mean, we saw what happened last night with Mahina and Courtney. That separation cost her the heat. Whereas here you're going to see that Malia, with her much experience in Lakey, both surfing Lenore on the outside section.
I see Lakey Peterson breaking away, going more to the inside. And Peterson's going to have the first wave. Riding a step up. Nice carve to start off with. Patient off the bottom. Wave tapers a bit. So she just has to get a cut back, and that's just going to be the first score. Not a big score, but a warm-up for Lakey Peterson.
Outside at Sunset Beach, when you're that far away, the turns are nice when you do them big and round, just like that. The big arc, and of course putting a lot of spray off the rail. Two beautiful carves. You know, the sections are going to be a bit more slopey, especially with this fuller tide. And you just see that, just arms out, making the turn look much bigger by straightening the line and holding the line. Believe that the judge is going to want, but it's kind of nice to actually have it written, and and then you can make
Peterson
your surfing.
Swooping through a beautiful opening turn off the bottom. Little late there and pays the price. But I already like the rail surfing presented by Lakey Peterson.
Way more farther away, so being able to do that, it's going to showcase that. The judges are going to see that in their naked eye, because you are significantly farther away.
Take a look at a replay for first wave of Malia Manuel. Good looking wave. Nice surfing.
Bigger wave. We saw that, I read that part of the criteria, that bigger waves were going to be a little bit more, have a more ability to score higher. It is kind of one of those days that, you've got big interval and bigger surf. So they're going to showcase those bigger waves. Going to be harder to catch. They're going to be harder to ride.
Malia holding the rail through this turn, and you can see the stress put upon her back knee, which she has braced up, but she's able to finish this and absorb that impact.
And then the speed that she carried through those maneuvers, those bigger maneuvers.
There's all our judges' scores. We throw out the high, the low, and average out the remaining three to get that 6.17. Malia Manuel on wave number 2. Frothy face, but she deals with it fine. Let's see if she can deal with that closer, and the answer is no.
Well, strategy-wise, instantly she was going to be second priority, so she could start looking and backing up that 6.17. First opportunity she gets, she executes and goes.
So you're a great guy to ask about, durations of heat. Lakey Peterson, and she just skips out on the bottom. That was so unfortunate for Peterson.
Yeah, it was. This was obviously trying to now match Malia's 6 and really punctuating that bottom turn almost to a point where there is some bump on the face.
Stroking into this one. Lakey Peterson, double pump off the bottom. Nice carve off the top, medium-sized wave. She's going to have to get busy, get back up in the lip for the finish. Bangs it, throws the fins a bit, struggling to get out in front, and unfortunately going to go incomplete with that second maneuver.
You're getting those warm-ups as you watch the replay here, see what went wrong. Nice, beautiful carve for the first maneuver, and then attacking the section there. Getting more explosive in the lip, but stayed too high in the white water and couldn't get the release out of it, couldn't get out of the bottom. So you end up finding ways to figure it out, and triangulation is a great way to do it.
Peterson surfing under priority, finds a wave, hooks a turn, pumps off the bottom again, big aggressive snap. That's more like it for Lakey Peterson. Little foam climb. I don't know if she's going to make a connection. Calling for the ski. 4.85 though is what she needed on that effort.
See how determined she was low. How quickly out of that turn, and then straight into it and tags it again. And that time the adjustment was made. Similar section that she had earlier that she did a little bit late. This one, she gets there early. First snap, gouges it in. Centers the board, centers the feet, and then tags it again. This time gets the release out of there early so she doesn't have that whitewater to deal with. So a much better number for her. It can probably most likely be her best wave.
We are back at the Roxy Pro France, and the number is in for last wave of Lakey Peterson. She continues to surf through here. Nice aggressive turn for Peterson. Swooping a cut back, right back into the whitewater. Patience paying off in her approach. Previous wave for Peterson, a 6.83. Peterson takes the lead.
Definitely more open ocean. Watching the replay here of Lakey Peterson, this last one, attacking the lip. This time a little different. She was able to do those carves on her first maneuvers on the outside. This time gets the connection with the lip. I feel like her 4.33 that she's carrying is not going to be in that scoreline anymore. I think she's going to improve, especially since she was able to attack that first section.
Waiting for scores. The last of Lakey Peterson scores in a 5.77. Lakey Peterson continues her assault, and looks like her confidence and her aggression continues to grow on every single ride.
You know what's happening too, I think, is that if she is understanding that she jumps off early off the ski, she's actually literally going to have the current kind of float her in.
Taking a look from above and seeing some of the current and the surfers in play. You talked about it, Peter. Lakey Peterson taking advantage of that ski drop-off and made quick succession of 3 rides. Thanks for joining us, Strider.
Yeah, thank you very much. Had a good look at this whole situation this morning, and there are some crazy waves all over the place. Just to note that riptide you guys are talking about, that technique.
We've been utilizing that this year on the championship tour, and it has been great. We get a lot of surfing done. We take advantage of good conditions. Malia Manuel up and riding, caught a little bit behind there, and that is going to be a no-go. Not going to change the situation at all. Malia will continue to search for a 6.44. What do you got?
The lift in more waves ridden.
Lakey Peterson, just a quick up and out. She'll maintain her lead over Malia Manuel.
Big turns on that outside section because you're so far away. The longer rail line allows you to kind of draw that longer line. So all of those elements, very, very helpful.
Malia Manuel on an inside frothy one. Looking to pick through this. 6.44 is the number. Do you think that wave had 6.44 in it, Strider?
Yep. You want more latte than cappuccino? And this one definitely had a little bit more cappuccino. A lot of foam in the face. Very hard to steer those board through. You know, we've watched it for a little while, waited an hour and a half, and now we're underway.
Looked like there was an attempt right there from Lakey Peterson.
So this is a crunch time from Malia. See if she can turn it here.
Decision time. Malia up, riding, looking down the line. Big off the top there, throws the fins, can't hang on to it, and that could be a little bit of strain on the knee of Malia Manuel. Lakey Peterson's going to take this one. Drop it in, beautiful step up under her feet. A nice carve to start off with, steep wall. More opportunity right up in the lip for Peterson. Building momentum down the line, a nice whitewater float. Can't hang on to the final maneuver, but she got a couple things done. Got some great surfing done and a nice block for Malia Manuel.
It looked like the wave definitely had the opportunity. So pulling the trigger and doing it. Getting these snaps done on the outside. Would have loved to see a completion here though. Just to make sure that 5.77 goes away and she lifts the number.
Oh, with that, we have our first semi-finalist at the 2019 Roxy Pro France, and that is Lakey Peterson making her way in. She's earned her way into the semi-finals.